Today I have the pleasure of talking with Dave. Dave, would you like to introduce yourself and your business to the community?
Yes, my name's Dave Bentley. I am the owner of Bentley Marketing Consultancy. It's as it says on the tin, it's a marketing consultancy. So all facets really, social media, web, right through to sort of printed material, brochures, that sort of thing. So the full remit.
Nice. And how long have you been in? How long's the business been around?
So it's 4 years. 4 years actually in about 3 days' time. So it's gone quite well really, because I know most businesses sort of fail in the first year. So that's good. And it still feels, I don't sort of actively do any sales work as such. A bit of sort of self-promotion on social media and that sort of thing, but a lot of it's through referral. So that's good.
Amazing. And what made you start the business?
So I've been working in marketing for various different roles, for right from a telecoms company through to a ribbon manufacturer, which was quite different, and just been kind of working for different people, and working with marketing agencies and finding that they were offering a kind of fairly average service for quite a significant cost. So where I thought there was a bit of a gap in the market, I guess, was somebody who could provide that same level of service and product and quality, but without the additional costs and the overheads that are passed on inevitably from an agency with a sort of fancy office and that sort of thing. So that's kind of why I decided to start something up.
No, fabulous. And since starting, what would you say has been your biggest success?
I think it's just continuous, continuous custom, really. I guess quite a few of my customers have been with me from the beginning, so that's good. And then, like I say, that sort of referral process of doing a good job for somebody, and then they've spoken to somebody else and they approach me, so that's kind of good. And so I feel like that's quite a nice involvement of people that I didn't know 4 years ago that I'm doing quite a lot of work for now, so that's kind of satisfying.
Amazing. And do you have a favorite project that you've worked on?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple that come to mind. I worked on a kind of a portal. It was one of the first jobs that I did, doing a lot of the copywriting and creating video content and things for a self-employment portal, which was something that I was obviously familiar with just starting out in self-employment. And that was quite a satisfying project. It came together nicely. In terms of others, I guess I've worked with a couple of companies that have also started up, so that's quite satisfying to help them develop their brand and their whole, that's quite exciting really, because you're helping them, grow initially and get their brand out there, so that's quite satisfying.
Nice. And I guess it's nice having that network as well, of people all in the same boat.
Absolutely. So that this is a good thing really, because they all understand. Well, a lot of people that I work with are obviously SMEs. I work with a couple of bigger companies, but and so they understand the need to do marketing and the importance of it, which is good, because I don't think every business appreciates the need for it. But these guys really embrace it and buy into it, so that's good.
No, fabulous. And then, because you started the business just before COVID, or a year or so before COVID, was there any changes that you'd considered in those early stages that COVID then made a necessity?
I mean, I guess kind of 4 or 5 years ago, there wasn't so much of this kind of interaction. So there was a lot of a lot of what I did was in person. So I worked with a client in Manchester that I travelled up to twice a week. I had a couple of clients in London that I went to. So you find that less, you find it that you're using this kind of format, this online format a bit more before COVID hit, and then so you're a bit more comfortable with it anyway, and obviously it became more prevalent. So yeah, I think, and a lot of what I do anyways is quite possible remotely anyway. Particularly web and social media side. But I do feel I do quite like to meet people in person as well, because I feel there's that. Although you can meet people over the computer, I don't feel you get that personal connection always, unless you meet them in person. So I try and still do that. But yeah, of course, during COVID it was not possible. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. Thank you. And then in today's, with the current kind of cost of living crisis, is there anything that you've identified that can help support your customers, your team?
Yeah, so in terms of customers, I guess it's again, and I come back to my why I started out the business, is my offering is offering something with less cost, but not a reduction in the quality of the offering, but less cost, because I'm not passing on those overheads of office and a huge team of staff, and I'm conscious of I'm conscious of that when I think about how I price our work.
Mm-hmm.
So that I guess I think that covers that, I guess.
Yeah, no, of course. And the next question is, since becoming a business owner and a business leader, what's your biggest learning?
Good question. So I think before you take on your own business, you don't realise everything that's involved in it. There's more overheads than you think. Before you start, there's a lot more administration work than you think. There's a lot more late nights than you'd think. So that was a certainly sort of in the first couple of years until I started to realise that you could delegate things. You tend to try and take everything on yourself, and I ended up doing a lot of late nights, and it's just exhausting. So that was the biggest learning curve, is realizing that you've got there's so much to do, and also, I mean, with me being a marketing company, was actually realizing that I should do some marketing activity for myself, rather than, so all my energy was focused on doing marketing activity for clients, and actually neglecting my own, which is, and I've found, speaking to other marketing professionals, that's a similar problem. So
no, of course. And then our last question today is, what inspires you? What inspires you kind of in the work, in general, and where do you find that inspiration?
I think it's having people say, that's really good. Yeah, so even if it's just a website, if it's just a social media piece, I think everybody buzzes off praise. So if somebody turns around and said, it's absolutely brilliant, I love that. I think that's that kind of, that's my motivation, really. And also, because I'm a small business owner myself, I guess it's helping other small businesses, and feeling like you're actually making a difference, and and because of what I do, marketing is in its nature is to attract new customers. So I feel in my own small way that I'm helping to grow other small businesses, which is a nice feeling.
Yeah, no, perfect. Well, thank you so much. That wraps up today. Great job.